Welcome to episode 4 of reviewing your all's gaming PC builds that are hypothetical and real.
In this current RAM market, building a gaming PC is very hard, but hopefully in this video we can help some of you in the community build the perfect PC, and we'll dive into that after word from today's sponsor. You know, I think it's time for me to build my first gaming PC, but let's use the used market. I heard that's where you can get good price performance.
It's barely used. It only
mined crypto for 2 years.
Oh, someone finally wants to buy my used graphics card. Nah, I'm good.
Oh God, okay, that seems like a bad choice. Let's check this website.
Nice and safe for shipping. They think they're getting a good deal.
Man, is buying used online really this difficult? I wish there was a better place to do this.
My dear boy, there is a better place. It's called Jawa.gg.
Oh yeah, Jawa.gg, today's video sponsor. Jawa is an online marketplace for PC gamers by PC gamers. And here on the Toasty Bros channel, we always preach used price performance is the way to go when building a PC. You can even buy fully built custom PCs from verified sellers on Jawa.gg, or maybe you have some old hardware collecting dust and want some cash. Listing on Jawa today is super easy. Head on over to Jawa.gg today and use code TOASTY10 to save 10% off up to $10 on your first purchase over at Jawa.gg today.
So big thanks to me, Jawa, for sponsoring today's video.
Now let's get back into it, shall we?
So if you don't know how this works, discord.gg/toastybros, not only do we review setups and showcasing your builds on our YouTube channel, we have quite a few episodes of that, we also review some of your PC part picker lists, and that's what we're going to be doing today. And honestly, there's probably gonna be some pretty bad ones in here, so just sit back, grab some popcorn, and laugh with us.
Yeah, and hopefully we can help some people out, because with RAM pricing, people are kind of all over the place with their builds. They're probably gonna be spending crazy amounts of money on their build, and what we like to see with these is you guys giving us some context on what you're using the build for, or what you're exactly looking for from us, so we can see if we can fix your build up.
All right, so first up, this fits our channel really well. We have Toaster0616. Description for PCs are at the bottom of the PC part picker list on the bottom.
All right, so of course we gotta start with the toaster here. So this is the toaster's boyfriend build. Excuse me?
Okay, interesting. All right, so we got a Ryzen 5 5600X with a ASRock B450M Steel Legend. We got 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance, which the prices are actually updated currently.
They are updated prices, sadly.
Very updated. Western Digital SN770 1TB Gen 4 Asus
That's actually not a horrible price right now.
Yeah, not for that. The RAM's overpriced. A 3070... That has to just be like, I'm hoping you're not pricing that and you already have it, but 3070 for basically $700.
Ew.
There is not those type of shortages yet.
No.
The 4000D, which apparently doesn't have pricing available.
It's free.
It should be what, like probably been an $80 to $110 case. And then the EVGA Supernova 1000 G3 for $400.
Okay, so they said there's context below this. This is the bill. Let's see what the context says. I bought this off my boss because he had two 1080 Ti's at once. That explains the 1000 watt power supply. And sold one, bought it with that one, used for a bit, then bought the 3070 for $200 in perfect condition. Okay, so just looking over the build in general, the thing is, you're gonna see a trend with us with these builds. Unless it's catastrophically wrong, you're not gonna wanna upgrade it, because like realistically, the price performance is far gone. Everything looks pretty balanced here. So yeah, the B450M, the 5600X, the RAM, 16 gigs. Normally I would say upgrade it, but you're probably gonna be sticking with that for a little bit. 3070 at $200 is a much better price.
Yeah, and like it's good parts too. There's nothing in this build that's like cheap, I would say. They're all older now technically, but I would say for 1080p gaming and maybe some light 1440p, this is actually still a really solid build. And I'm assuming all in for the build and the 3070, you don't have 1700. It sounds more like you maybe have a few hundred to like $600 or $700.
He can't stop.
I can't be stopped.
Let's see what the other.
I see that. Is that the other?
That might be it. Let's click on it. It is. Okay. Cool. So this is Toaster's PC. So I guess Toaster's username, and then the other one was the boyfriend PC.
Okay.
This one looks modern. So we got the 9700X, lucky you, Phantom Spirit cooler. We have an X870E motherboard, 32 gigs of DDR5. Are you rich? A 2 terabyte Gen 4 drive. Graphics card doesn't have a price on it. It's a 7700 XT. We got the H6 Flow and an RM850E.
Man, I gotta say, wherever PC Part Picker is pulling some of these prices from, that even right now is a horrible price for a 2
That's a horrible
terabyte.
price, yeah.
I just bought one for like $180. Okay, this one was built in just between New Year's and the end of February. I assume they mean last year then.
Yes.
Since February has not happened yet at the time of filming this.
And that the RAM was only $89.
Yeah. And then crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, for the RAM. We got the motherboard for $400. Micro Center tested it and said it was good. Only returned it because someone put the wrong memory sticks in.
So try to shove DDR4 in there or something.
And also $400, I will say, for a 9700X build.
That's a lot.
That would have been my one advice to you back then. Not that you can change it now, and hey, at least you have it. Even for an X870, that's quite a bit. And it's not even like it's like if it was like what's the one board I'm thinking of? Like a Maximus board?
Yes.
Or a Hero. Those, I know they're expensive. I still would have not done that with the 9700X. Matt and I are both rocking B850s with 9800 X3Ds.
Yeah, you do not need to go crazy high end. I mean, at least you do have a theoretical awesome motherboard if AMD comes out with like a top of the line AM5 CPU, kind of like the 9590 of that generation, 9850 X3D.
Yeah.
But if they try to go even further than that on AM5, you do have a really nice board that should be able to handle it. But other than that, yeah, I probably at the time would have told you not to spend that much money.
But yeah, I mean, so as of right now, it costs $1621 to build that, and you have a 7700 XT, which that's still a good card. It's still 12 gigs of VRAM. I like the H6 Flow. Like overall, this is a solid build. Maybe a couple of small tweaks in the parts to save money on like the board, and that's about it. I feel like everything else is balanced well for when you bought it.
Casual Cretan here. First PC build, ordered parts during Black Friday, built it on Christmas night. Fun. Paid $12.90. If I bought the same PC now, it'd be over $1,900.
Just a few months later.
Shout out to you. All right, here we go. Right down the middle.
All right. So we got, right now this is looking just like us. We got a 9600X. That is just the best budget to performance CPU out there right now. An ID Cooling Frozen A410, we love that cooler. A B850, we got full size. Crucial, everyone's gonna have the same RAM, I feel like, 32 gigs, the 6400 megahertz stuff. The 990 Pro 2 terabyte, an MSI Shadow 5070, Okinos Air Cross, that's Matt's actually new case.
That case.
And then the MSI Mag A750. This right here is like, I feel like this is perfect price to performance and aesthetics, especially at that $1290 you paid.
It does suck that this is $1,900 now, and realistically, I'm looking at pricing of stuff. That 2 terabyte SSD is really expensive. So if we're talking like value $1,900 right now, I would say, what's an average 2 terabyte Gen 4 nowadays?
So you can still get them, I think, pretty regularly for like $180 to $200.
Okay, so it's still pricey, I'll be honest. But that RAM is probably as cheap as you're gonna get DDR5 right now. Like we've seen it like at one point that Crucial was around $300. $369 seems pretty normal. You don't really see, what was it, Pusskill is the other one that you see?
Yeah.
It's not exactly called that, but that's what we like to call it.
Gil.
Those kind of brands you can find for $300. But honestly, yeah, this build is definitely way more expensive than you build it, and you kind of have it exactly how I would plan it. Very clean.
And I wouldn't even think about upgrading. If you're playing 1440p, even if you're streaming too, just literally ride this build out for like the next 5 years.
Guys, this is going to be the trend for this entire video.
Ride
your build out.
Andrew Gopp.
This was my first build. I built it in December of 2023. This is my new build, upgraded version of the first one.
Oh, okay. So we have 1 and 2.
All right, let's see 1.
This is old, I guess.
Okay, so old builds.
It's not that old. 12600 KF.
Not the CPU we recommend in 2026.
But so many people upgrade from these, and I don't understand why. They upgrade from 12th gen to like Ryzen, and I'm just like,
I mean, yeah, quick glance. He only had a 6800. With 32 gigs of DDR4 memory, there's almost $200 right there.
Z690 board. It looks like these are prices that he paid, which by the way, I really appreciate when you guys put the prices you actually paid rather than what it costs now.
Yes, it helps us a lot.
It's 750 watt, the Fantex. I like when people go Fantex, you see those cases a lot. We got thermal right fans. So you went kind of budget good with it. And now I'm curious to see.
So the total of this one was $912, which for the price, that's really good.
Back when you would have built it, yeah.
Back when you would have built it. But
let's see.
Upgraded version. So we kept the same CPU.
Okay.
So we didn't go to, oh my goodness gracious. What is,
no,
it's okay. Upgraded means we went for the TikTok build with not Okinos, with a Lee & case. We have.
This must be maybe a different country?
Maybe. What's the Jungle Leopard? Jungle Leopard?
So basically, yeah, you did go TikTok. Now you saved money in the fans. It looks like you didn't use the what are those fans called? The Uni fans.
The actual Uni fans.
You used like a knockoff Uni fan, which by the way we do all the time.
Valid.
We think they look just as good.
$21 per is not bad. I think Vivor.
Did he add the liquid cooler? I guess.
Yes, I don't know what the cooler. Oh, it was like a tower cooler before, I think.
Some sleeve cables. So Matt and I, we have like a stigma where I'm glad you kept the other parts. Because I think you had a good
This
build.
is just like an aesthetic upgrade.
It's not our preference, just because it probably didn't get you any more performance. But if you like how it looks, you saved a lot of money on those fans. So I appreciate you doing that.
I will say, in this market right now where you can't upgrade performance, maybe just to make yourself a little happier with your build, doing a new build, and also it gives you the ability, especially if you don't build many PCs, a new case swap is basically a new build. So if you're just trying for the fun of it, and PC gaming's a hobby, you could do a case swap like this and it'll feel like you're just building a new PC. You won't get any more FPS, but it's fun anyways, and that's all we can hope for. All right, so we got Bug Bite here with a 5900X build. It's pretty solid, but what it's really worth going AM5 with the price of new parts. Okay, so you're thinking about going AM5. This is the first person to ask, should I upgrade question to AM5?
5900X, okay.
All right, so 5900X. We have a nice X570S Ace motherboard.
Yeah.
We were just talking about those high-end boards. You have 32 gigs of DDR4 memory.
And it's quad, like 4 sticks, which
Beautiful.
looks so good with G-Skill Trident.
You wouldn't even get that working properly on AM5.
You have 2 Gen 4, 2 terabyte SSDs, 7900 XTX,
Wow.
L11 Dynamic, the Corsair SF100 or 1000 watt, 4K monitors, huh?
Yep.
That's probably a little bit tough on that GPU.
And I would say, I don't know if the 4K gaming is the reason you want to upgrade, because it would be your GPU. Like CPU-wise, you're really not going to see much of a difference going with like AM5. There will be some games, and I noticed this personally when I swapped from my 5800X to a 9800X 3D. I noticed in some AAA titles some better lows, so less dips. We even noticed that in our video where we tested the 5800 XT versus the 12600 KF. They're good CPUs, but they do get bogged down in certain scenarios still. So you would see an upgrade there. It's just, I can't tell somebody to move from this to AM5 right now.
Here's how much money you're going to spend. You need to get a 9800X 3D to feel like you're even making it worth it. That's almost $500. You're going to need a X870 or a B850. Minimum, you're looking at like 160. So now we're at like $700. And then you're going to need 32 gigs or more of DDR5 RAM. So now you're probably close to $1,000. And realistically, with the 700 XTX, it is a great GPU. It is good for 4K because of 24 gigs, but newer ray tracing titles, which you may, I don't know, maybe you're playing Battlefield, actually Battlefield would be fine. Maybe you're playing, what's a couple titles out there?
That are ray trace heavy?
Yeah, Arc Raiders can be one of them.
Some of the newer released
Doom,
remaster games like Oblivion, stuff like that.
Anything on Unreal Engine 5. Yeah, so I mean, realistically, I feel like you have what I would call a balanced build. You could just do the CPU, motherboard, and RAM, but I say just, that's still $1,000 to maybe get anywhere from 10 to 40 FPS more in most games.
And that's where it comes down to, if you want the price to performance answer, no.
Yeah.
If you want the, I'm an enthusiast, this is my hobby, and I have that disposable income to do it, sure, you'll do it, but just know you're not going to get a crazy return on your investment.
And honestly, GPU-wise, you'd have to go with at least a 5080. 5080 or 5090, because realistically, if you did a 9070 XT, you're losing 8 gigs of VRAM, and you're getting similar performance, honestly.
What's up, Kev Dog? I overpaid for the case because of the FLP01 had just came out and had to pay $50 to have it shipped from California. In before stupid RAM prices, though. Overall, I dig the retro sleeper look, and SFF makes it a breeze to move around. Is this the, I think I know what case this is. I gotta look the case up because I don't have a picture of it. It's this one.
This is the one that looks a little more...
It's home theater size.
Yeah, little more like a... Yeah. When I think of like a really old computer where it's like just floppy disk and you can't even tell it's a PC.
That is so cool.
Yeah. We've been actually really wanting to eventually build either in this one, or is the other one the O2 that looks more like an old tower?
The O2 is a normal tower. So yeah, this is super cool. O2.
Yeah. See, like, I really like this one, but I get the whole mini aesthetic part, but that's so cool.
That is really cool. So they're at Micro Center. $249.
$250.
That's a lot. Oof. It's a lot, but I get it. All right, so here it is. So that's the case you went with. Super sick. We have the Ryzen 5 7600. We have a B650M motherboard. Nice. 32 gigs DDR5 memory, 1 terabyte SSD. You paid pretty good price for the 9060 XE 16 gig. I was just talking about that. That card is well over $400 now. Power supply is good. Windows 11, you put $20 for that. That seems like a GVG Mall kind of deal. And is this what are one of these coolers? What is this? Top-down air
Is this
cooler?
one of those ones where it has like the
Oh no, it's just literally an air cooler that's flat.
with two full like sideways towers on it.
That's
So
interesting.
it's kind of like the ID cooling ones we buy, but like
beefier.
quadruple. Look at the price, $55. That could be good for us doing some of these.
That would be cool for the
low-profile builds.
Low-profile builds and some of the sleepers that don't have the depth for
This
it.
is interesting though. It's really not exactly SFF because you do have a micro HX board and a full-size power supply and a 9060 XT. So this case is bigger than I thought it was.
Yes.
I love the combo though. The 7600 with the 9060 XT 16 gig. That is a dream combo right there.
That's perfect. There's nothing I would change with this one. I think it's pretty clear. This one is looking really good, and congrats on building it before everyone else is suffering.
$1,137. You probably feel like that was expensive, but now you're probably like, wow, I saved a lot of money compared to now. Jizzer.
Jizzer. During the Rampocalypse, the only solution is AM4. In this build, I want to buy, since right now I got no gaming computer to play on anything, so if I get the money, I'll buy this.
I like this. This is a hypothetical build.
Now, see, we're going to challenge you a bit on this AM4 potentially. Let's see what we're working with, though.
All right, 5600. We like the CPU. I'm going to be honest. I don't like how much they've gone up because 12600KF, I think, is the same or cheaper than this. I just don't know how I feel about I don't know. The 5600, it probably performs. Well, no, because we said a 5800 XT versus 12600
it's back
KF.
and forth.
Yeah, and I would not pay, what was the 5800 XT is $210 right now?
Yes.
So maybe Intel would be the move.
Yeah, don't just forget about LGA 1700. That video is already live when this one went live. And we noticed that the 12600 KF, when versing a 5800 XT, would go back and forth with it, no matter what GPU you went with. And LGA 1700 gives you that ceiling to go to like a 14700F or some sort of higher end i7 that would be anything higher than AMD is selling right now. There's no GPU, by the way. I noticed that too.
I was looking to see if they said anything. I didn't see anything on the Discord description, so that part's a little confusing. Maybe they have one, or maybe they're just trying to get a PC to start with. In which case, maybe 12600K non-F.
Yep.
I think you would get more iGPU performance out of that than does the 5600. Does that even have? No, it doesn't have any graphics, does it?
No, none of these do. None of the AM4 do.
Unless it's a G. Back then, yeah, they didn't have it.
So I don't know what GPU you're going with. I guess I'll give you a recommendation. If you were looking to stay on a budget, used market, I'd be looking at like...
It's a 20 series, 2070.
2080 Super, those kind of cards are always good. 3070 if you can find them for decent prices.
If you have to go new, 3050 or 5050 are both good choices for under $250.
Buy while you can, but 9060 XT 8 gig are getting more expensive. 56 are getting more expensive, but those, if you get it a little over $300, those would be fine as well, because you do get Gen 4 with the 5600 or the CPU recommended. But a little bit of work to do, I would think, but the build overall, I mean, seems fine. There's no major flaws.
I'm pretty sure you can get that 1 terabyte a little cheaper by getting a different Gen 4 one. There should be like some that are lesser names.
The 580 is a pretty slow Gen 4 too.
Yeah, like for 144. Last time I checked, I thought you could still get some for like 120, 130. Also the power supply. I feel like for $90, that's a good power supply. And if you're really, I get it, you may look at the tier list, you might be worried. If you want some advice and you're willing to take it, something like those Roswell 650 watts, they will power way more than you think, and they have the HX 3.1 connector. You could do this build with like a 5070 on that power supply and you'd be totally fine.
Ruo, my first personal build, still gone for AM4 since this is what I think fits my budget and preference. I play a bit of AAA games. I almost play Genshin, Valor, and Dota 2, so
E-sporty.
Don't need much. I work a minimum wage job for 6 months to build this PC. Let's go. We love the hustle and bustle.
So it's built.
All right, so this is your build PC. 5700X, B550M,
Deep Cool.
Deep Cool. Ah, shout out Deep Cool. 16 gigs DDR4, got a 1 terabyte SSD, 5060. Look at those 5060 prices, man. $359.
Whew, that's gone up.
John's Bow and the Mag power supply. $64 is not bad.
Yeah, Actually, oh, you didn't put some of the prices are missing because I was like $729 for this. Actually, isn't bad, but we're missing that's the most expensive part.
Yeah.
I always liked that tough frame, by the way, that Thermal Take does. Pretty solid build. 5700X, it has Gen 4. You have a B550M that has Gen 4 support with that 5060. This is a solid like AM4 build with a little bit of upgrade path, but also you got that 50 series that you could swap over to something newer later on.
Kyle. Just build this double as a media center in a living room and portable rig since I tend to be staying with people quite often. Okay. Any replaced numbers are what I paid for the parts. Thank you. / previously what I had on hand. I build PCs quite often to resell them. Complete systems, any feedback is appreciated. Thanks. All right, let's see. All right, scroll on down here.
Mini ITX, yeah.
So 9600X at $160, solid. Low profile ID cooler, like that, $40. B850i Lightning, so mini ITX build here, $179. That seems normal. $100 for the RAM. Congratulations.
Nice.
You won the lottery. SN580 that has $54.98 for the price.
It's so funny. Is that from SanDisk for a Western?
Do you know SanDisk owns Western?
Okay, because that's the one where when we got that sample.
And they are starting, news that came out is they're killing the Western Digital brand and they're going to be selling SanDisk
Really?
SSDs. Yes.
Wow.
So that's a thing on the horizon.
That is crazy. 5060 with it. Everyone loves the 5060. Fractal Design Ridge. Okay, this is why we're mini ITX. Cool little case. That's the one that Jonah really wanted us to build in at Micro Center. We're like 155 for 45 bucks. And then, you got the V-True power supply. That's
Nice.
the SFX one that we've used a lot, and that's like a great price to performance power supply.
Especially for SFX, because SFX would be very expensive, and this one is actually not horrible.
Yeah, it's not like we're buying the 350 watt ones that have like no expandability.
Cool mini ITX build. I bet this runs nice and cool. Great for modern gaming. 5060 at $250, good price. I have no complaints about this one.
Yeah, it's solid. I like it.
You'll need to give us some crap builds. They're all too good.
RB Raw.
This is my first and current build I did back in late December of 23, a little over 2 years ago. Let me know what you think. If I were to upgrade down the line, I've been looking already. I'd like to know what your thoughts are and what I could do on this AM4 platform. Or a few years later, just wait and switch over to AM5. Thanks.
All right,
Here we go. All right. So you've already been looking for upgrades. 5600, cool. ID cooling, liquid cooler, nice. You got a B550M. We have 16 gigs. Okay. Crucial P3, 2 terabyte. Love
Plenty of
that.
storage.
Two SSDs. Love that. 6750 XT. That's a card I forget about. The Cube flat pack. Oh, you built the flat pack
you have
case. That's fun. And the CX650M from 2021.
All right, so if you don't have a ton of money, the first thing that comes to mind is honestly the 5800 XT.
Yep.
Although I normally wouldn't go to my way to do that, I think you could sell your 5600 on the used market for probably like 120 to 130 bucks right now. The 5800 XT is like 210. So you could have about a $70 difference, and the 8-core 16-thread and more boost frequency and everything, good upgrade.
That'd be the easiest one, or wait a little bit and see if AMD starts throwing out more of the X3D CPUs. And then if you get that, plop it in, just ride out the Ramageddon, just wait till it's all done, and maybe come back around on AM6. That's what I would look at this point. But realistically, yeah, that would be the one like upgrade I'd recommend. And then you do have a little bit more headroom for a GPU upgrade if you want to sell that GPU and buy something modern with better ray tracing support. So you could get something like a 5070 if you want to. It would be pricey, but 5070 is an option. Or if you're going AMD, you can find, you could do 9070 XT. It is pushing it, but that is an option as well.
Yeah, I feel like realistically to get a good performance upgrade, going with AM5, new CPU, new motherboard, new RAM, and I feel like you probably want a new GPU, you're going to spend this $1,250 again.
Just on that. So
yeah.
CPU upgrade, maybe contemplate a GPU upgrade, be okay with a little bit of bottlenecking, play it at a higher resolution. Finley? Is this Chumley?
Oh, and this is pounds.
Oh, pounds. We don't know those pounds, man.
Oh, and it's not built yet. It's gonna be used for AAA gaming, not firm on budget. All right.
All right, here we go. Oh, wow, this is gonna be, all right.
Wow, 9800X3D. We got the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3, B850, good choice. 32 gigs, of course, your Vengeance.
It is what it is.
The G50, that's a good drive from Team Group, Gen 4, 9070 XT. The 11 Dynamic Mini V2, that's Zach's case. And the RM850E. I will say, on paper, solid build.
Fine.
All the parts make perfect sense together. I'm Actually, the 11 dynamic, if you get the V2, you're gonna need some fans, I believe. Does this one come with any?
There's a Flow version that comes with fans. I don't think
The
this
black
one does.
ones, right? They're just like plain black
and that's
fans.
the one where they come installed on the side and the bottom.
So just think about that. You're either gonna need to buy separate fans or get the Flow version. And if you're not that, it doesn't look like you're super into RGB. You can just get cheap, black fan packs.
Yeah, and 11 case, it's solid. There are other options too you could go with, but it looks like you're going kind of for a subtle RGB build. The liquid cooler is going to be no RGB whatsoever. Got some RGB on the RAM. So
I want to know what the price conversion, because this doesn't seem bad. Like compared to how it used to be, where like we had the best prices.
Let's see. To USD, what are we looking at?
Oh, never mind. Wow.
It's bad.
That's pretty bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, $544 for this 32 gigs of RAM. I don't know if you can. I feel like you can find some lesser name brand or non-RGB versions and save. I feel like you should put a save like at least $75 on that.
Hopefully. Depends on your market. I've noticed Corsair stuff has been the most expensive of DDR5 memory for some reason.
Everybody wants it. I feel like realistically though, it sounds like you have the money or you're saving up, so you're prepared to buy this build. I do it sooner than later. Don't wait too long to where you just can't do it. Nimblebits?
Nimblebits! Been debating doing an AM4 build that is relatively small and affordable.
Ooh, okay, so AM4.
AM4, all right.
Got a lot of AM4 bros. I like how there's not a single person who's like, I've debated doing an LGA 1700.
I'll give you the LGA 1700 spiel though, don't you worry.
Oh, 5600 XT for 150. I will say, I have not seen anyone else. Most of them are 5600s. The X is already better. The XT is even better. 155, I mean, not terrible.
Peerless Assassin 120 SE. We have the B550M from Gigabytes. Crucial. I love the RAM choice.
Ooh, green.
Ball on a budget. $96.99. 1 terabyte. I will say, and I will come back to that in a second. 9060 XT 16 gig, $399. That's actually not bad right
16,
now.
Yeah.
Lee & Lee A3. That's a solid case. We like that one. And the CX750M. The RAM thing, if you don't want to, and again, it is a gamble. Used market RAM is an option, and you could get normal sticks. I feel like I see the Corsair Vengeance like all the time on eBay. I see
Kingston.
The Ripjaws memory a lot on their G-Skill. It just depends what your risk tolerance is for buying used RAM. But you can save some money, potentially. You could get it for around that price, if not a little bit less, and or get RAM that looks a little better.
I will say that's a good price in the power supply too, because I don't think that's a reman version.
No.
So yeah, the CX750M, which is modular and everything, for $60, it's pretty good.
So yeah, this is a balanced build. If you were to go the LGA 1700 route, you could go 12600 KF. You could get a pretty good B760M motherboard. Same RAM situation. Everything would be about the same. Maybe you'd spend a couple dollars more or less, but that is an option you could also consider. I would go that route if you want to rock that system a lot longer than you want to rock this one, because it's just a little bit better long-term support.
You'll get a little more performance out of the gate too, because you're going to get the 10-core 16-thread on the 12600KF.
Or 14400F. That's also basically the same thing, and you get 14 gen.
Much newer.
The last one is Yarbrough. I sent this in for Jonah's video on the second channel, got a 10 out of 10. I would like to see what Jackson and Matt think. Ooh, that's scary.
Wow, $521 though, and it was mostly used stuff. All right. We got to change our mindset here for a second, go back to the good old times.
So we got a 10 out of 10 on this one. I'm already thinking this guy did get a 10. You spent $500 on this?
So 5600X, we got Tower Cooler B450, 32 gigs. 3600 megahertz, that's pretty good. 1 terabyte Gen 4, 7700 XT.
That's the first thing I saw, and I was like, okay.
Montech XR, the 1000 watt. See, you got a pretty crazy deal on this, just considering even before prices were bad. I feel like this build would have been hard to get for under like $600 more so.
Yes. I mean, really, with that 7700 XT, you were going to be spending like $400 on the used market.
That's true.
Because even when stuff was good, AMD GPUs on the used market retained their value kind of stupid. GPUs in general, the used market for GPUs is really dumb. So that GPU is probably the same price as you can get like a 9060 XT 16 gig for some reason. And you seem to have gotten a deal on it. So in terms of price to performance, I'm believing you on this. I hope you didn't actually pay that much for Windows, by the way, $199. Are you kidding me?
Hey, if they spent $400, whatever it was, I'm assuming they just left the prices in.
Yeah.
I will say power supply is a little overkill, but
Very.
It sounds like you got it for a great deal, so who cares? Why not get extra?
And that's the kind of moral of the story here as we wrap this up. Obviously, with some of these builds, a lot of the advice that we're giving people and probably gonna be giving people is if you have a solid system now, enjoy it, find some new games, play, maybe do some cosmetic upgrades, maybe do a video in the future where we show you guys some things you can do on the cheap for your PC to get some new life out of it. But for the most part, unless your build is falling apart or you're just somebody who likes to just throw a bunch of money at a PC just for the hobby of it, it seems like most of us are gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the PCs we currently have.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.
At PCBros.tech, you don't gotta worry about all these PC part picker lists and whatnot because we put together some really good bang for buck builds for you, or we can help you with the build.
We can't help you guys at all. I'm just kidding. We can help you out so much at PCBros.tech. We have some awesome people working over there to build you awesome gaming PCs at great prices, and we have a local store you could walk into. Well, it may not be local to you, but if you come to Louisville, Kentucky, you can come in store and say hi. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You will save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.